Imagine a world where your third grade reading level can tell you whether you'll end up in prison, where your race determines whether you'll be kicked out of school, where your record means you won't be helped, and where no one believes in you. Now stop imagining, because that's the reality for thousands of students in Oakland, California. Because of their race and their lower socioeconomic standpoint, these students are prone to trauma from a very young age. Say, for example, they have an incarcerated parent. Trauma like that can often lead to the development of behavioral issues, which in turn can cause students to be suspended or expelled from school based on zero-tolerance policies. These policies target even minor nonviolent offenses, and because they can be somewhat arbitrarily enforced, and also because of conscious or subconscious racial bias, they overwhelmingly target Black and Latino students. Being suspended in 9th grade doubles your likelihood of dropping out, and high school dropouts make up 68% of the federal prison population. Being connected to the criminal justice system in that way exacerbates trauma in surrounding communities of color, which in turn is more likely to lead to behavioral problems in kids, and so more suspensions and expulsions. This phenomenon is commonly called the school-to-prison pipeline, but as you can see, it's less a line than a vicious cycle. It's a national emergency, and worse, it's a local emergency too. This is Ralph J. Bunch. Well, this is Ralph J. Bunch, but this is the Oakland high school named after him. On the outside, Bunch might look like any other school, but behind its gate, something special is happening.
I got tired of seeing kids kicked out of school. Got tired of seeing kids not listened to, not being understood, nobody caring as to whether they become successful or not.
This is Principal Betsy Steele. For the past decade, she's led the effort to introduce programs at Bunch which aim to stop the school-to-prison pipeline, programs called Restorative Justice. Restorative justice is not so much a subset of justice as a different view of it entirely. Instead of just identifying an offender and coming up with a punishment, everyone involved in an incident, the offender and the victim, and anyone from the surrounding community, can sit down and discuss it. Why did this happen? Who was hurt? What can we do to fix it?
I would define restorative justice as a process, a tool, and a way of working with individuals and families and communities to become whole people.
Bunch takes a whole school approach to restorative justice, meaning that the fundamentals of it are rolled into everything that happens here. It's not just something they do, it's almost who they are. And that's because restorative justice emphasizes community and relationships. You build each other up instead of tearing each other down. And maybe that sounds corny, but you can feel the impact of this when you walk into Bunch. People are so close with each other. It's so tight-knit.
At my last school, we didn't have restorative justice, and that's kind of why I'm here. 2 years ago, I wouldn't have been sitting here calm, I was really mean and rude to people because of stuff that was bottled up inside me. But being here, I can express myself. I'm in culinary class.
All right, Chef, should we do another big chocolate?
I used to tell my mom, you have to feed me for the rest of my life. I'm never getting a job. But now I have a job. I'm getting ready to go to culinary school. I have job offers for culinary because of Bunch.
What are you doing now? Get ready to do White? Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We have to get them into a skilled track or a destination track. It's called work-based learning, so that they learn the skills of work before they go into the workplace. Because once they get into the workplace, the challenges that they're going to run into already, just being children of color, are phenomenal.
The leaders at Bunch are doing everything they can, not only to get kids off the school-to-prison pipeline, but to get them ready for the world beyond high school. They provide students with college and career training, opportunities for internships, and artisan programs, like this one, culinary class.
Man, you still trash.
So, can you guys tell us what you're making here?
Holiday tree bark. This one's white chocolate without peppermint, and his is with peppermint. We're trying to make about 50 pounds today. Only thing is, chocolate's really messy.
Jenny, hey, please don't do that. I know we love you.
Someone didn't temper the chocolate.
Maybe your hands are just warm enough to melt it. Or maybe it's just your heart.
Programs like this are a part of restorative justice, too. Besides engaging kids in school, they also give students a space to express themselves. Take Bunch's music class, where students write, record, and produce their own songs.
Lately I've been really feeling like, who the fuck can I trust? Not a soul, I've been feeling like I'm losing it. Drugs and alcohol, bad things, I've been using it. I ain't going back and forth with you on that confusing shit.
That was a bar. That's cool. You cussing too much. What you said? Once, 2, 3, 4. That's too many times. You got to go deeper. Get, you a lyricist. You a poet. Think.
I know a lot of kids that go here who was into like other things before they got here that wasn't gonna get them nowhere in life. Like this one boy last year, he graduated with a 4.0. And he had a 0.00 at his last school. So Bunch doing something for us. I say it changed lives.
The emergency of the school-to-prison pipeline isn't something that we can solve overnight. It's not just what happens that needs to be changed, it's why. Why does a student act out? Why do we target Black and Latino students over others? Why do we punish instead of heal?
Schools as they exist are not working. And they're especially not working for our children. So there's a lot of work to be done. Miles to go before we rest. Miles.